Now for this post-match analysis between Innebandy and Tarzilians, I'm gonna first talk all the goals. I'm gonna go through all the goals that's being scored by both parties. Subsequently, I'm gonna go in depth into Innebandy's strength in terms of how they can play in their attack. I'm gonna also go through about Tarzilians' defensive approach on how they do their defense. So one on attack and one on the defense, and subsequently will be the more interesting part, another delayed penalty incident. Just going to show you how Inabandy cope with it, and as well as the controversial one, which is red card incidents. So do stay to the end of the video. If not, without further ado, let's get it started. So Inabandy got off a flying start. Within the first 5 minutes, they were attacking all the way basically. So this is a cross-court pass by the defender to his partner. Nice slap shot, and you can see how happy he is. That's quite an interesting celebration, I must say. Definitely a happy boy over there. He's a young chap celebrating the first goal for Inabandy. Now on the second goal, behind the post play, a quick pass, but however it ricocheted off the Tazilian's defender and it ended off as an own goal. So Inabandy is also very well known to play behind the goal. Now over here, Tarzilians get their first goal, a pass from the defender to the center of forward, quick shot, and somehow it ricocheted off the player and it just rises above the keeper, giving it a very strange odd goal. This one is Inabandy's third goal, moving to 3-1. You can actually see here there's actually lesser players that actually got involved from the two red cards incident, but nonetheless the forward, plenty of space, good drag shot, and just nick it in within the near post. Over here, subsequently, Inabandy managed to widen the gap and to bring the score line to 4-1. Definitely more relief faces given that they have increased the lead. And over here, the last goal of the match, bam, 4-2 to Inabandy when Tarzilian scored their second goal. Very interesting one in the sense that the defense lost the player that's coming in from the back. Now I'm going to move on to talk a little bit more about Inabandy's attacking plays. Nice ones like over here. They are playing a very simple possession game. This is their line 3. Where a simple shooting of the ball enables them to keep the ball possession. So you can see every time when they secure the ball, very nice shooting of the ball. Example over here, one hand dribble. He just ensure that his body is always in between the ball and the opponent. Nice spread of play. Amidst the play is usually around the perimeter, but they managed to keep possession. Constant changing of direction, and over here almost half chance at the end of it. I'm going to move on to more creative stuff. Free hit, nice, good, quick-witted change of direction by the lefty forward to create that shooting chance, and from there also another extra chance before they get the corner. Over here is a total different play where they manage to do switching of plays from left to right and right to left. You can see patience from this veteran player, not rushing the play at all, and then making first time switch passes before allowing the shot to go off. You cannot run away talking about their quick counter attacks as well. In the few odd chances, this is one example. The forward over the back pass for his fellow partner, however the shot was being blown off the post. This exact same line also offers intricate stick work and passing with each other, again shown over here. The pass to the pass, movement, and then back the pass before movement off the ball to create a chance across to the other side. Now, other than Innebandy's attacking play, I also want to touch on Tarzilian's aggressive defense. Now, I'm just going to show a few examples. Now, over here, mainly how they set it up is based on one top forward with two centers and two defense as shown over here. They are very resolute in their defense. They allow their opponents to have the ball while waiting for their chances. So even when the ball is being moved from one side to the other side, they keep their shape well. One thing that I've noted a lot is when the ball is at the corner, they are extra more aggressive in terms of putting pressure onto their opponents. Now over here, I think it's a bit unwarranted. There's no foul. However, in this case scenario, you can see the defender offers a lot more obstruction, legs, stick slashing, and finally he gets his so-called reward in terms of a 2-minute penalty. This is an example where I think it's uncalled for. There's no call by the ref, but you can see that the captain, I'm just going to show it one more time, give it a nudge on Inabandy's player when I don't really think there's a need to. I just think he was fortunate to get off without a 2-minute penalty. Now over here is just to show the rewards of their defense, where when done well, they will be attacking very fast once they regain back their possession. So just within seconds, they already more or less created 2 chances. Now over here, Inabandy actually got a delayed penalty. This is something else that I want to talk about, similar to the previous video from the Wondersticks ladies and Wonderbelles. So there was a quick recognition by Inabandy 70 to know that there was a delayed penalty. He managed to secure the ball and a few passes. You can see that they have secured the possession good enough. Similar fashion, delayed penalty would mean that opposition actually have to have a 2-minute penalty. However, since the attacking play or the attacking side has the ball possession, a referee decides to give a delayed penalty. So usually teams would take out their goalie out to have 6 players to offer that extra advantage. So you can see Inabandy is just being patient. When there's no chance, they'll just recycle around, and finally when the chance comes, a wrist shot. However, a disappointed forward over there for not even getting it on target. Okay, now on the major incident where there was actually 4 red cards. So over here, it's actually starting off with a face off, and soon as the play develops, you as a viewer can also make your own judgment on whether who was right or who was wrong. So there was a scuffle at the far post, and in the end 1 became 2, 2 became 3, and then groups of players just coming in together while the injured boy was hobbling off. He soon tried to remove things apart. Subsequently, as you can see from the play, they soon dispersed off, resetting the boards back. But ultimately, what I want you to observe is actually the 2 referees on how they actually cope the incident. So the 2 referees managed, one referee who was nearer to the incident went closer to the happening in order to bring in them apart, whereas the other referee was observing on the far end to know who was the culprit or culprits. So you can see he, in a quick 5-second moment of play, dishes out 3 red cards. Subsequently, the two of them got together. That's the one of the red card player. But subsequently, they got together to have a quick discussion to get in line or get in sync based on what they have observed. Because of that, a 4th red card is being dished out to another Tarzilian player. So as a result, 2 red cards for Innebandy and 2 red cards for Tarzilians. So based on this incident, there are actually several talking points or learning points that we can all take away. Firstly, based on what I've just explained on how these 2 referees dealt with it in a very much more professional manner, whereby they don't go into the scuffle itself, but rather stepping back to observe what was happened so that they can make the best possible decision then. Next, who was at fault? Actually nobody knows. Even based on my view of the clip itself, it's actually pretty small and far for me to observe. What do you think? Based on the incident, who do you think was at fault? The Inabandy's player or the Tarzilians player? And what can you actually learn from it as a player or as a teammate? So when things like this happens, how do you deal with it, or how do you even prevent from such incidents happening in your own respective games? Now, this kind of red card incidents is something not we want to see. As you can see, there are viewers on top of level 3, not very nice to view it. But nonetheless, this is a red card incident. I do hope to hear your own comments. So do let me know.